Hello, and welcome to Select 10. In this video, we will look at the 10 finest new Netflix movies that have been released in the last 2 months. Like many of us, if you're struggling to decide which Netflix movies to watch, this video's top 10 picks for new, worthwhile films can help you pick the movies that you might enjoy. Now let's start the video. Number 10. Under Paris. It is a thriller drama movie directed by Xavier Gens. The movie takes place in Paris during the World Triathlon Championships and follows Sophia, a bright scientist who finds a big shark in the waters of the Seine. It all begins when Sophia meets Mika, a teenage ecological activist who tells her about the shark in the Seine River. To avoid tragedy, they work with Adil, the top officer of the Seine River Police, to stop the approaching disaster. As the event progresses, they battle against time to prevent the shark from wreaking havoc and risking numerous lives. Even though it's just another generic shark movie, it makes good use of Paris's well-known location to build suspense and tension throughout. The film's intense narrative and effective suspense keep audiences on edge while fusing action with a relevant ecological concern. While it does not explore new territory in the genre, it provides a decent and enjoyable time for fans of shark thrillers. Number 9. Atlas. It is a 2024 science fiction action film directed by Brad Peyton. The film revolves around Atlas Shepard, a talented data scientist who has a fear of machines with intelligence. The story follows Atlas as she enlists in a quest to apprehend Harlan, a rogue robot with an enigmatic link to her background. Harlan, on the other hand, believes that the only way to prevent the human species from destroying itself is to wipe away half of mankind in an effort to restore world balance. Meanwhile, Atlas, along with Colonel Banks and an artificial intelligence named Smith, must put an end to Harlan's deadly plan before it is too late. Although Lopez gives a powerful performance and the film has an exciting subject, it is weak and formulaic. Despite its striking visuals, the film suffers from a cliched and rather uninspiring plot. Though it might not completely satisfy those seeking a never-before-seen sci-fi experience, Atlas is an ultimately visually stunning film with an engaging lead performance and some good action. Number 8. Scoop. It is a 2024 British biographical drama film directed by Philip Martin. The movie demonstrates the incidents leading up to Prince Andrew's controversial BBC Newsnight interview in 2019. The film revolves around BBC producer Sam McAllister, who was instrumental in getting the interview. The movie focuses on the suspense and drama that exist behind the curtains as Sam navigates the challenging task of landing and carrying out the interview with the help of her team, which includes journalist Emily Maitlis and editor Es Moren. In an effort to make clear his connection with Jeffrey Epstein, Prince Andrew made a number of odd statements that caused a serious media disaster for the royal family. You will learn who Jeffrey is, as well as why he was important in this interview after you watch the movie, because it is the primary plot element, and I don't want to spoil it. Overall, the film provides an intimate glimpse into the realm of investigative journalism and the influence of revealing the truth on influential people. This film might not be for everyone, but if you are someone who is into learning about controversial stories, then do check this out. Number 7. Mysteries of the Terracotta Warriors. It is a 2024 historical documentary directed by James Devell. The show looks at current research on the Terracotta Army and the tomb of Emperor Qin Shi Huang, the first Chinese emperor who brought his country together and started building the Great Wall. The documentary transports viewers to 1974, when a crew of agriculturalists discovered pieces of a terracotta statue, which led to the excavation of an army consisting of 8,000 lifelike terracotta warriors, horses, and carriages that were made to watch over Emperor Qin's grave and guarantee his safety in the realm of the afterlife. It is a visually stunning and informative documentary that offers a thorough examination of one of the most important archaeological discoveries of the 20th century and preserves a feeling of wonder and discovery while providing facts about the cultural and scientific accomplishments of ancient China. History buffs and those with a curiosity about ancient societies should definitely watch it. Number 6. Knock at the Cabin. It is a 2023 apocalyptic horror film directed by M. Night Shyamalan. Yes, it's not a 2024 film, but it was added to Netflix in June 2024. If you haven't watched it yet, now is the perfect opportunity to catch up. The story revolves around Andrew and his spouse Eric, who spend time with their lovely daughter Wen on a peaceful family holiday in the middle of the forest. However, their peaceful getaway takes a terrifying turn when 4 uninvited guests, led by Leonard, show up at their cabin doorstep without warning, sending them into a bizarre scenario. The lunacy begins when Leonard announces that the family must make a sacrifice or the world will end and all of humanity will die. So, would Andrew and his family be willing to sacrifice or not, and what will Leonard do, is a suspenseful aspect that keeps you on edge the entire time. From beginning to end, the movie is a classic in suspense and prioritizes developing characters over mystery tricks, drawing viewers in with an immediate sense of dread. It skillfully maintains control over when the sense of impending doom sets in, evoking a personal, dramatic environment in the cabin that calls into question ethics and trust. The cast is good, the performances are solid, and the story is odd. That way, you won't see the unexpected conclusion approaching. Number 5. Colors of Evil, Red. It is a crime thriller film, directed by Adrian Panek. The film opens with a shocking finding of a young girl's corpse that floats up on the shore in Tri-City, with indications of strange deformities that point to murder. Shortly thereafter, Leopold Bilski, a determined prosecutor, is in charge of the probe, and Judge Helena Baguka, the mother of the victim, is also assisting. Every hint points to a beachside club linked to the 15-year-old murder of a lady. As the inquiry unearths previously undiscovered information and proof, the illicit activity in Tri-City's shadowy underbelly is gradually exposed, and community police find themselves increasingly troubled by Bilski and Baguka's discoveries. As a whole, it's an engaging tale about personal grudges and systemic corruption that looks at issues of justice, guilt, and the extent to which people would go to keep their loved ones safe. For those who enjoy crime and suspense thrillers, it is excellent watch. Number 4. Simon. It is a 2024 action drama film directed by Diego Vicentini. The plot revolves around Simon, a Venezuelan revolutionary who is apprehended and tormented. After being forced to leave Venezuela, he travels to Miami, seeking refuge, but when immigration notifies Simon that if he is given asylum, he will be unable to go back to his native country, Simon is torn between trauma and remorse, and he must decide either to remain in Miami and begin his new life, or go back to confront dictatorship. The film has amazing visuals, outstanding acting, and a gripping story. One of the best parts of the movie is Simon's moving last scene, which is an acknowledgement of the excellent screenplay. It skillfully combines poignant and provocative moments, creating a strong emotional connection with its characters and providing an intriguing peek into Venezuela's reality. To put it simply, Simon is a must-see. It is a gem of acting, storytelling, and cinematography that will make you laugh, cry, and think deeply about the state of humanity well after the final credits have rolled. Number 3. Golden Kamuy. It is a 2024 action-adventure movie based on the manga series of same name, written by Satoru Noda. The narrative follows veteran Saichi Sugimoto as he sets out on a risky expedition to find an undiscovered gold treasure. It all begins when he meets an elderly man who has a map inked on his skin and chooses to work with a Serpa, a clever Ainu girl. As they set out on their search, they encounter peril along the way as they are hunted down by prisoners and the vicious Japanese Army 7th Division, all of whom have their own reasons for obtaining the gold. Throughout this, a Serpa and Sugimoto try to make their way through dangerous friendships and conflicts, all the while learning the truth about the tragic origins of the gold. The film features amazing visuals, particularly in how it captures the rough yet magnificent Hokkaido scenic areas. The action scenes are tense and expertly performed, offering the ideal balance of thrill and historical background. Overall, Kubo's direction makes sure that the book score is maintained, making it enjoyable for both manga enthusiasts and newbies. Number 2. Hitman. It is a 2024 romantic dark comedy film directed by Richard Linklater. The plot revolves around Gary, an instructor at a New Orleans college, who utilizes his technological expertise to work with the town's law enforcement. But when Gary steps in for policeman Jasper while he's on vacation, he finds he has a talent for dressing up as a hitman to capture criminals. Taking on multiple identities for spying missions, he encounters a charming woman, Madison, who thinks Gary is a real hitman. As their relationship intensifies, they face unforeseen obstacles, and Gary faces the risk of becoming lost in the persona he has created as he struggles with feelings of responsibility, desire, and the attraction of a life of crime. Glenn Powell excels in this interesting adventure that provides 2 hours of sheer enjoyment thanks to its clever script, which keeps the story fun while remaining uncomplicated, paying tribute to traditional noir, backed by laughter, romance, action, and an element of flirty intrigue that makes the film highly entertaining to watch. Number 1. Godzilla -1. It is a 2024 Japanese monster action film directed by Takashi Yamazaki. The film takes place after World War II and follows the narrative of Koichi Shigeshima, an ex-kamikaze aircraft pilot. After being unable to stop Godzilla from attacking Odo Island, which leaves just him and technician Sasaku Tachibana as survivors, Shikishima suffers with guilt as a survivor, while Japan grapples with rebuilding. Upon getting back to Tokyo, Shikishima discovers that his parents have perished in the explosion and begins helping an orphan baby named Akiko, as well as another explosion victim named Noriko Oishi. Shortly after he takes on the job of clearing underwater mines, Japan encounters the gigantic Godzilla, while Shikishima and his fellow workers use mines and military strategies in order to stop Godzilla. Even with a smaller budget, the film boasts amazing visual effects, particularly the raw and genuinely terrifying CGI of Godzilla. The storyline is gripping and masterfully combines the tragic struggles of humanity with the enormous kaiju fight, providing a new but classic take on the Godzilla folklore. Ultimately, Godzilla -1 is a victorious comeback for the legendary monster from Toho, offering a refreshing extravaganza with a meaningful storyline. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. And do subscribe our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.